Hi, Kate Daggett here. So today's video is going to go more into depth regarding intuition, specifically being an empath. And the reason why I chose this topic is because I am an empath. The technical term for being an empath is clairsentience, which means clear feeling. So being an empath is feeling what other people feel. It's more than just putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Like empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Being an empath is actually feeling what other people feel. Taking someone else's feelings as your own. So that it's, if you're not trained or if you're unaware that you're an empath, it's hard to differentiate between your feelings and someone else's. And this can cause big problems. From experience, I can tell you that. However, first of all, the first step is being aware that you're an empath. And the more you learn about being an empath, the more you learn how to control being an empath. It's actually a great gift because you can help people. Empaths are natural healers. So, let me go over some of the signs of being an empath. Large groups of people will leave you feeling drained because you're taking all these feelings are coming at you and you're unaware of it. And if you haven't learned the proper techniques of shielding yourself and protecting your own energy, it can leave you feeling drained. Empaths generally love nature. They love being out in nature. They need time alone. Empaths do not like clutter because it blocks energy. So, let's see what else. People are drawn to empaths because they have a healing effect, and empaths are very good listeners. However, this can cause problems because quite oftentimes, if an empath doesn't know they're an empath and they're being bombarded by people, there's an energy exchange there. So this leaves the empath feeling very tired and drained. Empaths tend to carry extra weight because it's a form of protection. Empaths just know stuff, which is called claircognizance, clear knowing. So they know stuff without knowing how they know stuff. They just know stuff. It's more than just feeling. It's knowing. Empaths quite often have digestive issues because the feeling center is at your solar plexus. That's where feelings come in. And if you're not trained and you don't protect your own energy, your solar plexus, which is your gut, will get bombarded with all these different feelings. Empaths can have mood swings because they're taking other people's feelings as their own. So if you're in a good mood and all of a sudden you're with somebody and you get into a bad mood like that, it could be because you're feeling the other person's feelings and taking them on as your own. Now that is a really, really big issue for many empaths. I know it was for me. Because I didn't understand, what are these mood swings about? You know, one minute I'd be happy and then the next minute I'd be pissed off or I'd be sad. And I didn't understand. The trick is to know that you're an empath and learn about being an empath so that you can control it. Empaths are animal lovers. Empaths have a very, very hard time watching anything violent on TV or reading about it in the newspaper or whatever. I personally cannot watch anything violent. Empaths quite often help the underdog. So, for example, when I was a little kid, if somebody was being picked on, even though, you know, I didn't know that person or whatever, I would always stick up for somebody else, regardless of what that meant for me. So, yeah, those are some signs of being an empath. And if that sounds like you, you're probably an empath. So, I like to think of clairsentience, being an empath, as an umbrella term, because there's other little gifts that come with it. Maybe not for all empaths, but some empaths, like, I'll use me, because I don't know, you know, me, for example, I am an empath, and I have clairsentience, I have claircognizance, psychometry, which is feeling the energy off of objects. So, you know, feeling an object, I pick up on who owned it and the history of the object that I'm touching. Also, part of that is what I like to call, I'm sure you've heard of telepathy, which is communication with the mind without using verbal words. I use a term called telempathy, which is the same sort of thing, only it's feeling what other people are thinking. It's a little bit different than telepathy. It's feeling what other people are thinking, which is kind of hard to explain, but that's the best way I can explain it. People who are empaths have to realize that there is no such thing as time or space. So, an empath can feel other people regardless of time or distance. So, I could feel somebody 1,000 miles away. It doesn't matter where they are. If I tune into them, I can feel them. And it doesn't matter where they are. Empaths are human lie detectors. They know when somebody's lying. Although most empaths won't confront the person that's lying, because that can be, they don't like to confront, first of all. Second of all, that could be very painful for the empath, especially if it's a family member or friend and they know that they're being lied to. That can be painful. So they don't like to focus on that, but they do know when somebody's lying. Empaths know how somebody feels about them, which can also be painful. But empaths are natural healers. A true empath that has their gift under control and knows about it and works with it can not only feel what other people feel, but they can send feelings to people. Feelings of healing, feelings of love, feelings of peace. Because it's just a natural ability. Empaths like to help people. And for an empath, emotions can really be overwhelming if you're not trained. And if you're unaware of being an empath, this can cause a lot of problems. So, I hope that this has cleared up what an empath is, and I'll make another video sometime soon about different ways you can use your ability and protect yourself and ground yourself. Grounding is very, very important. Being in nature, empaths need time alone in nature. So I'll go over different ways that you can learn how to shield, protect, ground yourself, and so that you're not feeling overwhelmed, because empaths get very overwhelmed very fast if you're unaware of being an empath. So it's very important that you learn techniques to control it, and I'll make a video about that soon. So be well, stay safe, love ya. Mwah. Bye.